Mike's going hot.
All right, we're going to start the program here in a matter of moments, guys. We got headlines on screen, Judah?
Yep.
Okay. Give us a favor, do us a favor, guys, of liking and sharing the show. We work very hard for you. I think you guys know that. Very hard for you. Like and share the show for us, please. Judah, I'm going to ask you which headline most intrigues you and why. Do you have the photo of the new general manager for football ready to go?
Getting it ready now.
Fantastic. And then you'll have like tabs closed over there.
Mm-hmm.
New general manager for the football team announced moments ago. Good move from the University of Virginia. The general manager is the future of college athletics. Georgia Gilmer, hello. We love when you watch the program, Georgia. We love when you comment on the show, Georgia. We value your perspective, Georgia Gilmer. Sincerely mean that. Bill McChesney, Rob Neal, hello. We value both you guys considerably. Love running into you, Rob. Biggest JMU football fan. Frankly, you know college sports inside and out, Rob. The intel and that brain of yours is impressive, Rob Neal. Same with you, William McChesney. McIntyre Road is lucky to have you, Bill. Sincerely mean that. Like and share the show. If you have any content you'd like us to discuss, put it in the feed. We'll relay it live on air. Cavalier Daily asks an interesting question. Was it Jim Ryan anti-Thomas Jefferson? I want to talk about that on today's program. Was Jim Ryan anti-Thomas Jefferson? We'll talk about that today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want the best platform to watch upon, YouTube is the most consistent from a video standpoint. I know folks like the dynamic of seeing the comments section on my personal Facebook or on the I Love CVille Facebook kind of get going during the live show. The comment section and on my personal Facebook page and on I Love CVille Facebook get a lot of engagement. But YouTube is the most steady of all the platforms. Judah Wickhauer, you got that photo ready to go with the new general manager?
Yep.
Fantastic. Which headline most intrigues you and why today, Judah Wickhauer?
Let's see. We've got some good ones.
You have some good ones today.
I think Jim Ryan, whether or not he's anti-Thomas Jefferson, it's an interesting question that
Jefferson Council calls him anti-Thomas Jefferson.
I'm sure they do.
Like, straight up calls him anti-Thomas Jefferson.
And there are some arguments elsewhere that he is not necessarily anti-Thomas Jefferson or anti-Thomas Jeffersonian, but I think it's a question that's worth asking.
We'll talk about that today. I think you're ready to talk on that topic. I was impressed with your execution and performance yesterday on the show, Jude. All right, I think we're ready to rock and roll. We're live on YouTube. We live on LinkedIn, J-Dubs? I can confirm here. I got that called up. Yeah, we're live on LinkedIn. All right, Judah Wickhauer, thank you for killing it, crushing it today. Let's rock and roll when you're ready.
Quiet on the set.
Good Wednesday afternoon, guys. I'm Jerry Miller. Thank you kindly for joining us on the I Love CVille show. It's great to connect with you guys in our building, in our studio in downtown Charlottesville. the Macklin building. A lot we're going to cover on the program. We have topics that run the content gambit on today's show. We'll talk Jim Ryan and ask the question, is the fallen UVA president Jim Ryan anti-Thomas Jefferson? Is he anti-Jeffersonian? The Jefferson Council believes that Jim Ryan is anti-Thomas Jefferson. I want to unpack that and from an unbiased and reasonable perspective, ask you, the viewer and listener, to help us answer the question. Is the fallen president, Jim Ryan, anti-Thomas Jefferson? We'll talk on today's program the news that is dominating the cycle locally. $1 million in combined federal funding has been cut from Charlottesville City Public Schools and Albemarle County Public Schools. And goodness gracious, are the school systems, their unions, their administrations, their parents, are they concerned, and concerned they should be? We'll talk about that on today's show. We remind you, the viewer and listener, that there is 2 days left for you to go to virginia.edu/nominations and offer your vote or your nomination for the next interim president of the University of Virginia. The website again, virginia.edu/nominations. I continue to comfortably stand on the hill that Ken Elzinga, the esteemed economics professor with 50 years plus at the University of Virginia, should be named the interim president. He will, of course, not be the permanent president. I think that process may go into next year, which might disappoint and dismay many out there, certainly those on the Jefferson Council side of the aisle. The interim president is going to be named very soon. You can offer your nomination at virginia.edu/nominations. A lot I want to cover on the program, including Scottsville residents that again are imploring, drawing the attention that they're getting taxed twice from a meals tax standpoint, one by the town of Scottsville and another by Albemarle County. It's no secret that doing business in Scottsville from a restaurant standpoint is extremely challenging. Outside of Tavern on the James, there's been a boatload of turnover in restaurants, ladies and gentlemen, in the town of Scottsville. I want to talk about the double tax, meals tax that these F&B businesses face and what we could potentially do about that. We have some breaking news with Virginia football naming a general manager. Carla Williams officially has made a statement and officially has announced the hire, a new general manager for the football team. A lot we're going to cover on the program. I want to thank Conan Owen and Sir Speedy of Central Virginia for being a partner of the show. He's the CEO and owner of locally owned and operated Sir Speedy, Conan Owen. If you have a logo, Sir Speedy of Central Virginia can help you find an application for that logo that will drive return on investment. Print, graphic design, window decals, the step and repeat banner that's directly behind me, direct mail, stickers, signage, you name it. If you have a logo, Conan Owen and Sir Speedy can do something with it. He is a Darden graduate. He's a good guy. He's a good businessman. Knows a lot that's happening in the business community. Judah Wickhauer, studio camera, and then a two-shot as we welcome you. Cavalier Daily's been on point lately, and I think the Cavalier Daily has done a fantastic job, the student newspaper at the University of Virginia, covering the Jim Ryan fall from grace. Mm-hmm. The Cavalier Daily has done a good job covering the fact that 5 of the top 8 positions are currently open, and as John Blair highlighted yesterday, it's really 6 of the top 8 with Colette Shee's retirement with the foundation. President and provost vacant. The top 3 positions at UVA Health. The second most important position at the foundation with Colette Sheehy. They asked the question now, was Jim Ryan anti-Thomas Jefferson? You find that to be the most intriguing headline for today. Let the viewers and listeners know why.
Well, I think the problem in the two thought processes on this are that I think the Jefferson Council is looking at the basics. They're looking at things like honor, like not cheating.
Honor code. The honor code has never been more vulnerable or an afterthought at the University of Virginia than it is right now. It was at one time a single sanction honor code. If you cheated or got caught cheating, you were expelled. Now cheating is so rampant at the University of Virginia. An investigation, for example, at the Darden School found that cheating was so rampant that they could not bring this investigation to light for fear that if this investigation was brought to light, the entire Darden School would crumble like aged blue cheese.
That's scary.
That is scary. That's how rampant cheating is at the Darden School right now.
Yeah.
They did an investigation, found the cheating was so significant, we cannot announce the results of our investigation because the school would crumble and the value of the degree would be worthless.
Let's just sweep that under the rug.
Let's just sweep that under the rug. I interrupted you. I apologize. Keep going.
So I think they're looking at things like freedom of expression, like we said, the honor code. They're looking at freedom of religion, preventing orthodoxy of thought from pervading grounds. In other words, everybody thinking the same way, no discussion. They want open and civil debate, diversity, whereas I think the opposing viewpoint is looking at more nebulous ideas of, and they're talking about historians suggesting that Jefferson's views were not always consistent, that he changed his mind over the years, which, we all do.
Of course.
And talking about things like just coming to different conclusions about what goes on campus, philosophy in a historical context, almost the way a lot of people believe that the Constitution itself should be more malleable, that we should be looking at. Obviously, we have different ways of thinking about things than we did 150 years ago. We've changed our views. We've got technology that they never would have dreamed of, and so I think there's the two arguments are not exactly meeting each other head to head.
I am really torn on rules and constitutions or zoning ordinances, honor codes, whatever you want to call it, whether it's the honor code at UVA, the zoning ordinance in the city of Charlottesville, the Constitution for our country, law and order. I'm very torn on the word malleable.
Yeah.
Not of the mindset, and maybe you can persuade me otherwise, that honor codes and zoning ordinances and constitutions should be malleable or interpreted with different viewpoints that yield different outcomes. Because those don't seem like rules to me. Those seem like interpretations to me, and they're very different. Mm-hmm. So I want to talk. Judah and I will conversate this in about 5 minutes. Tag a friend in the comment section or share the show with someone. Ginny Who, thank you for the retweet. Would Thomas Jefferson look unfavorably on fallen President Jim Ryan if TJ were alive today? That's a topic on today's show, and it's inspired by commentary in the student newspaper, the Cavalier Daily. We need to lead the show, as you put a lower third on screen, with the federal funding. The federal funding for Charlottesville City Schools and Albemarle County Public Schools, in part, has been cut. And now Albemarle County administrators and city public school administrators are urging taxpayers, parents, teachers alike to contact their congressional reps over a very uncertain future. Albemarle County Public Schools, in a statement issued yesterday, has said the federal government is holding back $660,000 that go toward title programs such as Head Start and other title programs which we will describe. Charlottesville Public Schools also timed a statement right momentarily, right in the same time Albemarle County released theirs. The city schools said they have $417,000 cut by the feds for a combined $1,077,000 in total cuts for county and city schools. Mm-hmm. Judah Wickower, where do you want to begin with this one?
I mean, it's tough, but fortunately the schools do have contingencies in place, and they get a lot of money. I don't remember the exact amounts, but $660,000 is, I would think, a pretty small amount compared to overall what for instance, ACPS runs on.
Oh, this is a drop in the bucket. Okay, I'm not going to marginalize what's happening here.
Right, exactly.
This is an absolute drop in the bucket for Albemarle County's total budget. In fact, Albemarle County Public Schools yearly budget. Albemarle County Public Schools yearly budget is about 60% of Albemarle County's total budget for the year.
Yeah.
Okay, the city schools about 60%. Did a quick Google search. The Albemarle County School Board recently adopted the 2025-2026 operating budget for the Albemarle County School District, totaling about $284 million on a Google search. Okay? So this is an absolute drop in the bucket, ladies and gentlemen. A drop in the bucket. But the bucket is so tight with how its money is allocated, that even $617,000 for the county, or was it $600,000 for the county? $600,000 for the county, or 400-some thousand for city schools. Even this little drop is some pain that's going to be felt by these school systems.
No doubt.
They spend every dollar they get. Mm-hmm. Every dollar they get, they spend. Like much of our government, it's spend, and not necessarily retain for a rainy day.
Right.
The Albemarle County, the $660,000 that the feds are cutting is affecting Albemarle County the following ways: support instruction and services for migrant students and English learners. That's what these funds are for. They're used for providing professional development for teachers and instructional staff, support instructional coaching positions, and fund certain interventions and academic enrichment opportunities. Albemarle County says the estimated budget represents about 6 full-time equivalent positions.
Yeah.
Albemarle County, what steps is it taking? It's utilizing budgeted contingency staffing, reallocating vacant positions that would typically be used to meet other needs, increasing reimbursement requests under Title I, Part A, and reducing central office staffing. This is what this means here, ladies and gentlemen. The folks that are on the Trump side of the aisle, the Donald Trump side of the aisle, are posting on social media now, when you go woke, you go broke. The folks on the anti-Trump side of the aisle, the opposite end of the political spectrum, are posting this on social media. This is what you voted for. We told you so. Somewhere there's a middle ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that middle ground?
There's a lot here to unpack. Remember that last month the school board voted to increase, the county school board voted to increase member salaries by 105%. They also approved a 3% pay raise for Haas, who's now making close to $250,000 a year, and extended his contract through June of 2028.
The superintendent of public schools got a raise. The Albemarle County School Board voted in a meeting to give itself a raise immediately. That raise was well over 100%.
Yeah.
Okay? So when we highlight $660,000 that has been cut, please realize that the Albemarle County Public School Division is operating at a budget of basically $300 million.
Yeah.
660,000, 300 million roughly budget.
Mm-hmm.
This is a drop in the bucket. Look beyond the headline. Now, do you buy this argument? This is the federal government again targeting Charlottesville and Albemarle County. Jim Ryan, ICE, UVA, federal funding leveraged against UVA, Department of Justice targeting Jim Ryan, the ICE courthouse raids, now the public schools. Albemarle County was named in a Trump report for its curriculum unchanging, and now federal funding is being leveraged against the school. Do you buy this as Trump going after Albemarle and Charlottesville because he has an axe to grind? Or are we so punch drunk on ourselves that we actually believe that Charlottesville and Albemarle County are on the top of mind of the most powerful man in the world?
I lean more towards the second one.
A lot of stuff has happened in Charlottesville and Albemarle County. Another one would be the Federal Executive Institute on Barracks Road. Remember the Federal Executive Institute, where the feds chose to close the Federal Executive Institute as part of the Elon Musk Doge efforts? And then the Federal Executive Institute in Donald Trump's administration said, city schools, you can have this at $0, and then said, nah, boo-boo, psych, you can't have this. We're going to give this to UVA instead.
But therein lies the problem. If you're arguing that Donald Trump hates Charlottesville and everything in it, including Charlottesville and Albemarle County schools and UVA, why would he give the building to UVA?
Or ask this question: if the Federal Executive Institute had in fact been given to city public schools, was it 19-20 acres? A former hotel, the Federal Executive Institute, that the city schools would have had to maintain, would have cost them millions of dollars a year just to maintain and operate 19 acres in the city next to Barracks Road Shopping Center in between Barracks and Stonefield.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the boondoggle that the Federal Executive Institute would have been for the city, a cost to maintain, now facing even more budget cuts?
Yeah.
I mean, it's look beyond the headline first and realize that a county's budget is roughly $300 million, and this is $660,000 that's been cut. That's the first thing you need to do. The second thing you need to do is look beyond the headline and realize that the school board gave themselves a 100% plus raise about a month ago. Look beyond the headline and realize the superintendent was given a pretty hefty raise that is making $250,000 plus, and county academic performance has suffered notably under his watch, most notably post-pandemic. Look beyond the headline and realize that Albemarle County Public Schools every single year is going to Albemarle County and its Board of Supervisors, going to us, our taxpayers, homeowners, renters, business owners, and asking for more money. Look beyond the headline and realize that the city of Charlottesville is doing much of the same.
Look beyond the headline that where it says Trump withholds $1 million from Charlottesville Albemarle schools, and look at the fact that he's withholding money from schools across the United States. Whether or not you agree with that, whether or not you think he's a horrible person, the real headline is not that he's withholding money just from Charlottesville and Albemarle County schools. This isn't like a targeted attack on us. Like you said, step outside of...
Get out of the bubble.
Yeah.
We're punch drunk with Charlottesville.
Yeah.
That's why we live here, because we love Charlottesville. I love CVille. But get out of your own bubble.
Yeah.
We'll catch heat for that, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm comfortable on that hill.
Yeah.
Philip Dow, town of Scottsville. We've dubbed him the mayor of Scottsville, watching the program. Philip Dow, we'll talk about restaurants in Scottsville being taxed twice from a meals tax standpoint, once by the town and once by Albemarle County. Olivia Branch, welcome to the show. Thank you for watching the program. Hammer that like button and share the show. If you love the I Love CVille show, let someone know about the program. We encourage you to look beyond headlines and clickbait. Next headline, Judah Wickower, what do you got? Is it the nomination one?
Yeah.
Put the nomination lower third on screen. I'll offer 30 seconds for this, and then we'll go into the meat and potatoes of the show and ask the question, was Jim Ryan anti-Thomas Jefferson? You have 2 days left, ladies and gentlemen, to nominate the interim president of the University of Virginia. That nomination can be done at virginia.edu/nominations. My vote is Ken Elzinga, the esteemed economics professor. I think he would make a fantastic interim president. You have 2 days to do it. The nomination form will expire. The website will close on July 25th at 5 p.m. Next headline, put the lower third on screen, please. Set the table, Judah Wickower.
We've got a couple arguments, one coming from the Jefferson Council and another coming from the Cavalier Daily, discussing the issue of whether or not Jim Ryan, as president of UVA, was anti-Jefferson, or I think a better term would be anti-Jeffersonian. And I think it's an interesting discussion. But like I said earlier, I don't think that the two groups are meeting each other head on in this discussion. I believe that the Jefferson Council is looking at the bare bones, the basics of what Jefferson intended for the school, while the Cavalier Daily is taking the issue a bit more broadly and discussing more how DEI fits into today's world and whether or not DEI, I think the argument really is more about DEI and whether DEI is anti-Jeffersonian.
Is diversity, equity, and inclusion anti-Thomas Jefferson?
I think in some ways it is.
Is an honor code that is so weak and so forgotten anti-Thomas Jefferson? Is an academic ecosystem where out-of-state parents are paying $100,000 a year to send their kids to the University of Virginia, roughly $100,000 a year, anti-Thomas Jefferson?
Good question.
That's what's happened under Jim Ryan's watch. We've seen the honor code become an afterthought. We've seen the University of Virginia evolve into a playground of 1% wealth. And we've seen diversity, equity, and inclusion and the politicization of UVA curriculum become what the brand is probably most known for right now. Now, to answer the question, is Jim Ryan anti-Thomas Jefferson, we have to ask ourselves this. Thomas Jefferson founded the University of Virginia on some very clear tenets. One of them, what it was most known for when I was there, was the single sanction honor code. The second, a curriculum and a university that could be experienced or enjoyed by all walks of financial life. Mm-hmm. The honor code piece is extremely concerning. I'll say it again. An investigation of the Darden School found that cheating was so rampant in the Master's in Business School at the University of Virginia that the investigation had to be covered up and swept, as Judah said, under the rug. Because the fear, if the report was released, then the Darden degree and the business model of Darden would become
a joke, a
laughing stock. A laughing stock. Mm-hmm. So now they're doing an alternative path to solving rampant cheating. Besides releasing the investigative reports, they're trying to figure out what is the best AI software platform or AI software tool to uncover or to highlight the cheating from AI with the students. God, to be a college professor now, with all the technology that's out there. Yeah. I mean, the only way I think you could potentially solve this is by doing all proctored exams and all exams proctored in person.
And I think that's part of what they're doing.
I think there was a time where I could take my exam and walk it out of the lecture hall and take that exam anywhere I wanted.
Yeah.
And then turn
you
it
were
back
trusted.
in when it was due. And that is still happening, but the students' technology is so rampant and cheating is so ubiquitous and so advanced, and cheating is so rampant. When the exam or the essay leaves the lecture hall and returns to the TA at turn-in time, that exam is now most likely a ChatGPT artificial intelligence assist.
Yeah.
Here's the question we have to ask ourselves. The tenets that Thomas Jefferson founded the University of Virginia upon, are those tenets that can be malleable, or are those tenets the mission statement that should be fixed and unchanged?
Some of what Jefferson Council mentions are the core Jeffersonian principles, like civil dialogue, intellectual diversity, and free exchange of competing ideas. And I think we've seen across a lot of universities the fact that some students are afraid to raise their voices because, this comes as no surprise to anyone, I think, that a large portion of colleges in the United States are left-leaning, both in students and teachers. And
or you have influential students within the student body, for example, Ziana Bryant, that are so quick, who's running for Charlottesville City Council School Board, Charlottesville Public School Board. She's running for the school board in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
She is so influential and has such a vast and robust social media following that she is able to call someone a racist anytime she wants. Morgan Benninger is a great example.
yeah,
And
well, talk about freedom of speech. I mean, she wasn't even. I don't think she was even. What was it? She was in abeyance. What do you call it when you kick someone out of school?
expelled.
Yeah, expelled in abeyance, which means that she got to finish out the year. But she was expelled in abeyance not even over what she actually said,
Yeah.
but over hearsay.
Over hearsay.
I mean,
She was
how's
sitting
that
in her
for-
car, Morgan Benninger, in her car on Water Street at a Black Women Matter protest on Water Street in downtown Charlottesville. There was a city truck that was blocking the roadway. Morgan Benninger made the comment to the truck driver, the guy that was in the truck driver, it's a good thing you're in that truck, or the people at this protest would be speed bumps or roadkill.
Yeah, meaning she wouldn't have seen him, and a tragedy would have occurred.
And that comment, which she made to a truck driver in a city vehicle protecting the Black Women's Matter protest, was not heard by Ziana Bryant.
Right.
Was heard by somebody else, who then passed it along to Ziana Bryant. And then Ziana Bryant took that gossip or that third-party communication and posted it on her social media, doxed Morgan Benninger, labeled her a racist, and that influence with her social media platform and her clout led to Morgan Benninger being expelled.
Yeah.
What we found out, though, was Morgan Benninger's comments were by no means in any capacity racist.
Yeah, right.
They were a conversation she had with a truck driver that was taken out of context.
And
She sued the University of Virginia, got a substantial payday, which the University of Virginia will not release.
And bringing this back to Jim Ryan,
Never apologized to Morgan Benninger.
not only never apologized, he did not allow a reversal of the
Expulsion.
expulsion.
The damage he did to her personal brand. You look up her name online now, and this will forever follow her in a digital age where your personal brand is tracked online. We'll put it in perspective without utilizing names. There was someone looking to rent office space from our company. We have 24 offices in our portfolio. We help many commercial landlords with their office space renting. Many. A tenant reached out to us because if you need office space, Charlottesville Business Brokers, our firm can help you find it. We're doing it on the regular. DM me, email me, call me. This guy did. He comes in, says he needs office space, says he's looked at the vault, says he's looked at code building. They're too expensive, need something. We find it for him. We get the lease ready, like we do with all potential tenants. We do a little due diligence on him. Google search his name. Immediately find multiple arrests and convictions tied to his name. Mm-hmm. The one most concerning was for something along the lines of rent fraud.
Yeah.
Raised a red flag with our team immediately. We didn't go the path of renting to this particular individual as a result. It's an example of a paper trail digitally following someone for a long time, even though these concerning events happened years ago in the past.
Yeah.
Years ago. Imagine Morgan Benninger.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime she's looking to get a job. With Ziana Bryant, who may win a seat on Charlottesville School Board, do you think she's going to win the seat?
I think she's got a good chance.
I think she's got a good chance. Do you think school board's going to be the last stop for Ziana Bryant in her political career?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. How far does Ziana Bryant go? If she wins a spot on the school board, is she going to run for city council following that? I would bet you she does. If she wins a spot on Charlottesville City Council, does Ziana Bryant set her seats as a state delegate, as a state senator, on Congress, as a U.S. senator? Imagine if you're Morgan Benninger and you pursue a professional career for the next 40 years with Ziana Bryant, who's looking to climb the professional political totem pole. And 15, 20 years from now, Morgan Benninger, as she pursues a professional career, changes jobs, has an HR department search her name.
Yeah.
And Ziana Bryant, what comes up online is this Ziana Bryant person who could be a politician of significant proportions, said that you were a racist in college.
Yeah.
And she got no apology from Jim Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
That is horrific. Another thing that should be brought to our attention, William McChesney, thank you for this. How about the University of Virginia and its tour guides?
Yeah.
Board of Visitors, the tour guides, banning the university tours because of their interpretation of how they are presenting the University of Virginia to prospective students and their parents.
Yeah.
How does that fit into this, Judah?
I don't know if that really fits into this argument particularly. It's certainly a question of, whether...
You don't think it fits into the free speech?
It kind of does, but at the same time, remind me how closely connected they are to the school.
They're students.
Yeah, but I mean, the tours are. The group is connected to the school.
They're students.
Correct? No, I know that, but the overarching group.
Yes, the university guides. They give tours to parents and students that are considering UVA. Yeah. And they were in these tours positioning Thomas Jefferson as a slave-owning rapist. Literally.
Yeah.
And politicizing many messages.
That's certainly free speech, but the school does have a right to put a stop to it.
What's that?
Free speech doesn't mean you can say anything you want without consequences. You can say anything you want. The tour guides can say anything they want about Thomas Jefferson on those tours, but the school or whoever overall is in control also has the right to say, you know what, we don't appreciate you doing that, and so you're off the group.
100%. And that's the lesson I'm working with our oldest son, my wife and I. He says, we have the right to say anything. And I said, son, you do, but what you say comes with consequences.
Exactly.
Is Jim Ryan anti-Thomas Jefferson?
I don't think Jim Ryan himself is. I don't think he's against what Thomas Jefferson was for. But I think the DEI measures severely undermine some of those ideals.
I 100% agree with you. I also think that under his watch, the single sanction honor code becoming watered down or a thing of yesteryear would have Thomas Jefferson rolling over in his grave.
Yeah.
And
I
has
don't
many alumni rolling over, whether alive or dead.
I don't think that was Jim Ryan's intention.
But
to
it happened
undermine-
under his watch.
To undermine the honor code, but yes, it happened under his watch.
It happened under his watch. And other aspects that happened under his watch, the racism to Jewish students,
Anti-Semitism,
anti-Semitism,
the fact that it was allowed to grow, to exist, is troubling.
the fact that out-of-state students are paying somewhere between 80 to 100 grand a year to attend the University of Virginia happened under his watch. That's anti-Thomas Jefferson.
Okay,
Never intended the university to be a playground of the rich.
that's fair.
Viewers and listeners, let us know your thoughts. We'll put them in the feed. We'll relay them live on air. William McChesney says, I was with a group of tourists several years ago that commented on the bias of the tour guides. Harold Hertz watching the program. Harold Hertz, a mover and shaker. Jeremy Wilson watching in East Tennessee. He asks, how would the Commonwealth of Virginia be if there was no federal funding and it had to take care of itself? This is a question for all states.
Yeah.
Philip Dow in Scottsville says, if I'm not mistaken, back when West Bellamy was on city council, they were encouraging UVA to become anti-Thomas Jefferson. I did an interview with Nakia Walker on this show.
Yeah.
An interview to this day, when we interact on social media, she says, I regret doing that interview with you, Jerry. Literally has direct messaged me, I regret doing that interview with you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Did not want to shake my hand post-interview.
Yeah.
Judah was there. I asked, let me see if I can still find it. I asked the former mayor of Charlottesville, Nakia Walker, should Thomas Jefferson be removed from UVA? You can Google this. Should Thomas Jefferson be removed from UVA and I Love CVille show? Should Thomas Jefferson be removed from UVA and the I Love CVille show? And you can watch her 2-minute and 42-second answer. On this question. 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Next headline, Judah Wickauer, what do you got?
Let's see. We've got we've got CVille Mountain High.
Harold Hertz, you're welcome. Thank you for watching the program. CVille Mountain High, this is a great partnership between two people I know. Blake Damaso and Joe Kuhn. Joe, I hope I'm not butchering your last name. Joe's a great guy. Blake's a great guy. Kuhn. Blake Damaso, most known, I think, for being the publisher of Blue Ridge Outdoor Magazine. Also being the founder of Mountain High Media, fantastic advertising agency. I'm not sure if it's still in existence today or not. I do not know if Mountain High Media is still around. They used to have their headquarters right over here on Market Street. That building has since been sold. Joe and Blake, Joe known for, I'll just cut to the chase, for being an entrepreneur in the cannabis space. Props to Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Props to Joe. They've partnered together on a seltzer. Set the stage.
This is the a THC-infused seltzer, which a lot of people are touting as the replacement, something to entice younger people who are increasingly drinking less, not wanting to drink alcoholic beverages, and feeling more comfortable with this type of high, so to speak.
Is this the first one?
And this is from the Charlottesville-based Mountain High Seltzer, and will be the first legal THC-infused seltzer to be sold in Virginia, coming out this summer.
So, Blake DeMasso's advertising agency, Mountain High Media, creates Mountain High Seltzer in a partnership with Joe Kuhn, a noteworthy and successful cannabis businessman and entrepreneur. I love this story. It's a positive story.
Yeah.
And it's also an indication that Gen Zers, young millennials, Gen Zers, are heading more toward not just an alcoholic seltzer, but a THC-infused seltzer. This is a headwind for the alcohol industry, for craft spirits, craft beer, for wine. Yet another headwind. Is this, again, the first one, THC in Virginia? Seltzer?
Yep. It'll be the first one sold in Virginia.
First one sold in Virginia, right? Do we think this is going to be the last one?
No, probably not.
Do we think there are going to be many? Do we think the THC seltzer it's going to be its own category? Probably so. What does the alcohol space look like in the future? Is it an alcohol category? Is it a THC category? Is it a mingling of both? What do we call that category? Is it called alcohol? Is it called spirits? Is it now just spirits, the category?
Spirits would be good.
Is THC seltzer a spirit?
I could see bars adopting these drinks.
Curtis Shaver made a comment years ago on the I Love CVille show. I hope Curtis Shaver is watching. His comment was, someone is going to be the first to do this and they will kill it. They will crush it. Opening a restaurant where the entire menu is a THC-infused menu. It will have appetizers on the THC menu that create a sense of hunger. You get the munchies from the appetizers. It'll have a main course aspect of the menu that offers some satisfaction, and a post-course aspect of the menu that might get you sleepy and ready for bedtime or relax. Maybe the first course are sativas that give you little pep, little energy, little laughter, little jovialness. Maybe the last courses are indicas, where you get ready to go in the couch, baby.
Hopefully,
once you get home.
not before you get home.
Once you get home. Who's going to do that? I do want to highlight this. The THC seltzer is a brilliant idea. It's going to be wildly successful. Two talented businessmen behind it. I think that category is going to boom. I think when that category booms, it erodes market share from craft liquor, craft beer, and craft wine. At a time when craft liquor, craft beer, and craft wine cannot afford market share erosion. The next question I have for you, the geniuses or the entrepreneurs, the business people in craft beer, craft wine, and craft spirits, do they dip their foot into THC seltzers? Many of the craft breweries are already doing seltzers. Many of the craft breweries are already doing liquor. At one time, a craft brewery distilling its own liquor and making its own seltzer would be blasphemous. Now there's craft breweries locally that do their own liquor and do their own seltzer. Are they now going to jump into their THC seltzer?
I'm sure a lot of them are already looking into it.
I 100% agree with you because they have the infrastructure in place to do it, the distribution to do it, the brand recognition to do it.
Yeah.
Next headline, what do you got?
We have Scottsville. Poor restaurants.
Philip Dow, I'm very curious of your take on this. You live in Scottsville. Judah Wickhauer, set the table and put the lower third on screen. Taxed twice the restaurants in Scottsville. Once by the town of Scottsville for the meals tax, and a second time by Albemarle County on the meals tax. Good night, being a restaurant owner in the town of Scottsville.
Yeah. There is currently a petition in place to hopefully, or that's what the petition is hoping to do, eliminate the dual meals tax in Albemarle and Scottsville, particularly in Scottsville, where business owners, I mean, as we've talked about so many times, restaurants run on a razor thin margin, and having to pay taxes to both Albemarle County and the town of Scottsville creates what must be a very difficult problem for restaurants there. How do you survive when taxes are already eating into your profits, and you've got two sets of them competing for your money?
2025, the year, the restaurant business faces the following headwinds. Labor is few and far between. You're struggling to hire people, number one. Number two, the people that you can hire are expected to be paid a wage where their job at that restaurant is able to be a career position. Yeah. At one time, working at the restaurant was never seen as a career position. It was seen as a way to climb the professional ladder, to platform up. Labor's hard to find. The labor that you can find is extremely expensive. Mm-hmm. Number three, the cost of goods, either because of tariffs, supply chain issues, is obscenely expensive. Mm-hmm. Number four, the consumer, their social habits changed during COVID, and they're much more inclined to order food, takeout, delivery through third parties like Grubhub or Uber Eats, and eat that food in their tidy whities in Judah Wickhauer's case, or their plush bathrobes in my case, at home while streaming Netflix, as opposed to going to their dining rooms, the restaurant dining rooms. Yeah. The third-party platforms, Grubhub and Uber Eats, are eroding margin where the restaurant can barely make any money on third-party delivery. Mm-hmm. The average consumer, as another example, is so strapped financially, they're less inclined to eat out and more inclined to just eat at home. Yeah. I do not know an industry right now that is facing more headwinds than food and beverage. Find me one. Seriously, find me an industry that's facing more headwinds than restaurants right now.
Right. And fostering a healthy business environment is great for any city. Scottsville, Charlottesville, Albemarle County. Think about restaurants. Think about businesses hiring more staff. Think about businesses expanding their operations, as John Shabe has done with
Pro Renata, as the fabulous Kit Ashe has done.
Ashe is doing.
Our client.
Yeah.
We have exciting news coming for Kit Ashe. It's her news to break. It's materializing as we speak. Kit Ashe and her restaurant empire expanding. That's her news to tell first, though. Love working with her restaurant group. Grateful to work with her. Scottsville restaurants paying the meals tax twice, once to the town and once to Albemarle County. Good God, that's a travesty.
Yeah, no doubt.
That is a travesty.
Mm.
And there's a reason there's ridiculous turnover in the town of Scottsville. Outside of Tavern on the James and James River Brewery, what's been consistent?
I think it's an Amici's or something.
How long has that been there?
I couldn't tell you. It's been there a while. I think there's a Chinese place as well.
It's a question for Philip or friend of the program, Erin King, if she's watching. Next headline, what do you got?
Let's see. Next up, we have Charlottesville City Market.
All right, this is a feel-good story.
A cookbook.
This is a feel-good story.
Yeah.
The Charlottesville City Market's releasing a cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of quality vendors at the City Market. A lot of vendors at the City Market that end up becoming brick and mortar businesses in Charlottesville and Albemarle County.
These are a variety of recipes, all contributed by vendors. regular vendors at the Charlottesville City Market, and the book's going to highlight creative ways to use all the fresh produce and local goods that you normally can find at the Charlottesville City Market. I think you're 100%. This is a feel-good story. You love to see it. Local recipes that people will be using local ingredients to create.
Love this story. Love everything about it. Would love to see a future where both Saturday City Markets, the one at Ix and the other at the asphalt parking lot on Water Street, are somehow unified into a power city market, into a mega city market. Would love to see that.
The cookbook is going to be $25, and you can get it at either one of the city markets.
That's a great
Saturday
price
City
for the
Market
cookbook.
and the midweek market.
Great price for the cookbook.
Yeah.
The final headline is the GM, yes?
Yes.
Put his photo on screen. Carla Williams, the athletics director at the University of Virginia, has officially announced a new general manager for the football team. It's about time this announcement happened. We're a month away from the start of football season. And this announcement comes at a time where just about every major program in power football has a general manager at the helm. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Ty Jones, the GM for football and women's basketball. Ty Jones will have a lot of responsibilities.
No doubt.
He's going to work closely with each head coach on key responsibilities, including the roster construction, talent evaluation, student-athlete negotiations, resource allocation, navigating the portal and the market. He's going to be the cap manager, like the budget. He's going to manage the cap. How much the team has, what it can spend, and where it can allocate. The new general manager of the football team, Tyler Jones, who matriculated here from a job at Northwestern University. He's been at Charlottesville and at UVA for 2 years, not a long time. A very key position for this man, Ty Jones. We'll give some love to Charlottesville Sanitary Supply. 61 years in business, Charlottesville Sanitary Supply, John Vermillion and Andrew Vermillion, online at charlottesvillesanitarysupply.com. On East High Street, Charlottesville Sanitary Supply. Communicative, honest, trustworthy. Support the businesses you want to see make it another 61 years. The Vermillions are 5 generations strong in Albemarle County. Charlottesville Sanitary Supply. And we want to let you know, if you need office space of any capacity, DM me, contact me, text me, email me. We are doing this left and right, ladies and gentlemen. Left and right. Judah Wickhauer on point. My name is Jerry Miller. It's the I Love CVille show.